In the spirit of Sugar Mass, we have the pleasure, well, I have the pleasure of speaking with the newly crowned 2022-2023 Senior Calypso Monarch, Queen Independent. Good morning, Queen Independent, and welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Good morning, and thank you very much for
A pleasure having you. I see you're a bit under the weather too, but we're going to do our best to get through this one, right? So, you recaptured the crown once again. Can you let us know when you captured it first and how many crowns you would have captured in your short lifetime? Right, I'm going to say short because I expect your lifetime to be a long one. So how many crowns have you captured up to this point then?
So I captured my last crown, which is the 3rd National Monarch, and the show was on the 29th of December.
Okay.
I have 2 female monarchs and 2 junior monarchs. I have 7 national titles.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And what got you into Calypso?
I was forced.
You was?
Yes.
Okay.
When I was a junior, I attended the Bastia High School, and I was asked to enter the school show, which I won. And then I went into the junior show. At this time I was 16, so I had just 2 years to compete, and then I took a break.
Okay.
Well, I stopped.
You stopped, okay.
In 2017, I went through a terrible situation, and I needed something to uplift me.
Okay.
So I decided to go into try Calypso again to see how I felt. Went into the female competition, came first one up, which kind of, gave me a little blow,
Aww.
And then I was told not to give up. Then I entered into the senior competition where I won, and I became the first national monarch.
Okay, so the first senior competition you entered, you won.
Correct.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So you said you stopped.
Yes.
And you restarted.
Yes.
During that time, were there any persons that encouraged you to restart, or was it just you that get up and decide?
Everybody.
So you see, everybody had faith in you.
Everywhere I go, I was like, "You're not gonna sing Calypso again?" No. And I'll be honest, for a junior or young Calypsonian, because I'm just 30, one of the things that is not happening is Calypso is not evolving. So especially in the OECS, the Leeward Islands, it's just not evolving. So when you listen to a Trinidad Calypsonian sing and you go like, I want to do that. But then you think about, will it be accepted here?
Wow.
That's one of the struggles I went through this Carnival season with one of my songs. So there are 3 Calypsonians that I look up to. Kurt Allen, who is the driving force in terms of me in Calypso.
Okay.
Karine Ashe and Conway Maynard, my three Ks. And the style that each of them bring is different.
Yes.
So they have made their name by being different. So one of the things that I try to do when I'm writing my pieces is to try to bring something different.
Yes.
Now this year is a big controversy about my second song, saying it's not Calypso. I was also penalized very hard for it in Montserrat when I went to compete, because that's one of the things I would say, is it? Some people was like, yes. Some people was like, no.
Wow.
But somebody said something that was quite interesting, because I was on a few radio stations after, because they wanted to get into the song and so forth. Because the song had such a big stir. And I was on a Dominican radio station, and the person said, if a Trinidadian had sung this same song,
you wouldn't get this for the flag.
The feedback would have been very much different.
Okay, so let's talk about what we can do to change that in the OECS, since it seems to be a little ticklish in the OECS only. What can we do?
It's a mindset. And of course, the rules have to be mended. If we continue to, I remember last year, the year before last, I sang a song, my second song, and a judge came to me and he was like, sang a little bit too much. Jamaica dancehall.
Okay.
I was like, what makes it dancehall? What makes dancehall dancehall? What makes calypso calypso? Because if I just do 2 simple drops inside of the calypso, does it change the whole?
Yeah.
Does it change the whole song? So you're not allowed to be creative. As I said, the song was very personal to me. I think in this time we need a voice. We need something that is, talking about gender-based violence. Women right now are taking so much licks.
Yeah.
And I needed a song that when you hear it, it's not the traditional calypso way, you bounce or dance. I needed a song that made you listen.
Yes, exactly.
Because the words and the lyrics were the most important part of the song. I didn't want it too much in terms of music. Just listen to what was being said. A lot of young people go through domestic violence and, we don't know. And it's not necessarily just the beatings.
Yes.
The verbal is really, really bad.
It is bad, trust
And
me.
we just accept it because, my mother used to talk to me so, my father used to talk to me so. But it's not right. Are you steadier for, personal reasons? Maybe the person spoils you, gives you money and so forth. But is it worth everything that you're going through?
Exactly.
So I had to create a song that would reflect such. Each of my pieces that I wrote had something personal to me.
Okay.
The first song, Where is the Leadership, spoke to what was happening at the time with, Philo Wallace, the case itself, Timai, Henry, and so forth.
Yes.
That, I just felt like they just swept under the rug.
Yeah, because we haven't heard anything about those.
Correct.
Yeah.
Rat-a-tat. I had a friend that got shot, and he got shot 7 times. And that's the song, rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. The 7 bullets. I heard it, and it was, 3rd year I wrote about my experience that I went through when I got kidnapped. And it was just, every song that I write is personal, but it's also to share my story or to share perspective to see if it can help somebody.
And that's what we need. Independence, I didn't ask you how you got your name though. So can I ask the question, where did you get that name from?
So I got my name when I was in high school. It's quite the tomboy. And it just, I was asking my friends, like, why think I should name the Independent? Let me just do Independent. So we started with Miss Independent.
Okay.
And I was going to change it when I was a senior. And senior Calypso told me not to. It was like, you already have 2 crowns on the name. Just continue with it. So that is how I end up continuing with the name.
Independent, I like that. So let's talk about the meaning behind your songs, because you spoke about the meaning behind your other songs. Let's start with The Cure.
Well, for quite some time, the year before, I sang about the song People Used to Matter More.
Okay.
And The Cure is saying, listen, country's at a point where it needs to heal.
Yes.
So it's either you are the cure or not. So I said, of course, God gave us Dr. Joe. But I also said in the song, listen, 5 years not guaranteed. We have seen it done already. So you have to know what you're doing. You have to come and pull back the people together, because we're in election mode since 2013, 2012. The country has not settled down.
Yes, you are correct.
So, we're feeling this fresh new year and so forth. Will it continue?
Oh, boy.
Because you're new, so they ain't cuss yet.
Yeah. Oh, boy. You're making me think. Yes, now you're making me think. Wow.
But then also to address a lot of politicians go on the platform and they say, I'm going to lock you up. You do this, you do that, you do this. But they don't. So also in this song, I'm holding you accountable for what you said.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
So it's like, okay, this person steals such and such a money from the treasury. Are you going to get it back? Are they going to jail?
Yes.
What's your next step?
Yes.
Because we have seen it over and over and over and over, and nothing is being done.
Yeah, it's like it just gets swept under the rug and forgotten, just like all the other
Correct.
issues that you speak about. What about Flashlight?
Flashlight, my most controversial song, even though I thought The Cure would have been. Flashlight came from the situation with Desiree.
Okay.
And it was on my tongue. Julie Charles, she was like, okay, you got to sing something on this. At the time, I didn't know how to craft it.
Okay.
So I put something together and I said, Julie, what do you think? Like, I love it. But I couldn't just lay it steady because the purpose of the song was for people to actually hear it, to feel it. So I decided to take the little piece that I created for that and turn it into a full song. I have friends that have been through it, seen it happening, and we have to start the conversation somewhere.
Yes.
I said all the time, the Calypsonian is the mouthpiece of the people.
Yes.
So I decided to talk on an issue that, I mean, every year you hear domestic violence, but it's getting worse.
Worse, you are correct. And the little conversation me and you had during the break, it is getting worse.
They're not. People are not thinking, and I think sometimes we think about domestic violence and we just think, man and woman. Sometimes the women are also the aggressors.
Yeah.
And we have to, I mean, in this song there's a part that said, this is love. But is it?
Definitely isn't at all.
Sometimes it's generational traits.
Yes.
I see mommy strong because mommy ain't strong because daddy used to hit her.
No.
Mommy's strong for you.
Yeah, because she had to show us a brave face and at the end of the day.
Correct.
Yeah.
So at some point in time, you have to break this generational curse. You have to actually come together and say, listen, no. And when I say I will be your flashlight, I will lead you home. I remember somebody was talking to me, it was Dr. Alexander. And he said, what is home? And I said, home is a safe place.
It is.
It doesn't mean the situation that you're into sometimes, again, horrible treatment at what you call home. Home is a safe place. We have so many safe havens here people don't even know about.
So that's something that I guess the persons responsible for these safe havens have to come out and speak about. So
correct.
And as women and men, we have to need the help and want to change, because sometimes we feel, okay, this is the best I can do. I can go back there, whatever. But we have to want to change. And I don't know if we are people of change these days, because we just stick to what we know and we just push forward.
I think it's the encouragement to, there's a part in the song where I say, you reach out to society and there must be like the blows. Reach out to your family, girl, keep your business off the road.
Yeah.
You went to an officer, you're still in love, so you want to see me in the bars. The most important part of that section of the song is you look down to your children and you're already seeing scars.
Wow.
Where you might see a son got a little anger issue, might hit his sister, and you might think that, they're young, they're just playing. It's much more to it.
Yeah, it has begun. It's definitely begun.
So you have to, sometimes it's very hard to get out of a situation. We might say, man, they're small, no, hang on, do it again, or whatever, you apologize and so forth. How many times did he apologize?
Exactly.
How many times has he done it again? So for me, flashlight for me this year was listen to me. This is what I want. This is the message that I'm trying to get out.
Yeah.
This is the best way I know how to get out. How to get it out.
Okay. So what advice would you give to younger Calypsonians, because we see the impact that you're having on the society as a Calypsonian. What advice would you give to them, as you said, the fact that they're being held back in certain areas? What would you tell them to not be discouraged and to persevere, and that hopefully one day we can change the stigma of what Calypso is feeling in these parts of the Caribbean?
Well, I would tell them not to break the rules, but to challenge it. For me, Congress changed what we thought Calypso was here.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought a different style, a different melody, everything. When you look at a Calypsonian like Congress, Calypsonians here who inspire me, Congress, Pungwa, Ayatollah, of course my sister, and King Craig. When you look at those Calypsonians who have been singing for a lot of years, and you look at this style, even somebody like, what's his name, Unexpected, you need both craft,
yes,
wittiness, the creativity of this song, something that people would remember.
Yeah.
I'm saying, don't give up, I'll be honest, I think sometimes Calypso can be really boring. I think that because it's been the same for so long,
yes,
you kind of know, what to expect. But if you just bring a little bit of, if for instance, Queenie G this year, she sang the finger song.
mm-hmm.
And man, everywhere you go, you're hearing the song in your head, you're bouncing it in your head and so forth, because it was different.
Yes.
If we continue to push the narrative, continue to push the bar,
yes,
we could create something unique in St. Kitts where we have our own selling point as to what Calypso is.
yes.
Now, I don't think you expect somebody who is 30 to sound like somebody who is 60.
Yeah.
But then, a lot of us have the same mindset that this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay.
Reggae has evolved, dancehall has evolved, everything, soca has evolved.
Yeah.
And soca was created by Calypso, and it already has evolved. Yeah. And we just feel like, this is how Calypso has to be.
Yeah.
Why?
Sticking to it. Okay. Well, I hope the folks are listening to you today and that they're going to put in practice what you would have said. And that the next time I see you...
me on it.
But let's hope it's not the latter. And the next time I see you, you will be all smiles and telling me, girl, I got there. So how about that?